Hi, hello, and welcome everybody. Happy Monday. Happy start to the new week. Monday blues hit me hard today, my guys. They hit me hard. But thankfully, it's shaping up to be a good week at work. Nothing too crazy, not anything that's too slow or too busy, a nice little medium, right? So definitely think this is going to be a good week. Knock on wood right now because outside of work, it's going to be a crazy week. So what's going on, Stone? I have something to tell you when you actually start. Oh, shit. Well, that makes me nervous because usually when you send me something like that, it means we've got like an updated character ranking or something like that. So, Stone, hope you're doing well, my man. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. And hit me with it whenever you're ready. Hit me with it whenever you're ready, Stone. But yeah, hope everyone is doing well. So thought it over and decided Himiko isn't over Firefly anymore. I thought about it, just think I like Firefly more as a character. So we're back on the Firefly train for you, Stone. I see how it is. Eh? All good, my friend. All good. That just means more Himiko for me. Just means more Himiko for me. Can't get enough Himiko, obviously, from my end. So, but I mean, hey, fair enough, Stone. Sometimes you get caught up in the hype and you make a decision and it's just like, yeah, well, the more I think about it, the more you want to like align yourself with that former character, your former favorite of yours, right? So I get how it goes. It's one of the reasons why whenever I do my character rankings or like I do my character sorter, right, like I take it very seriously. Like I think about it a lot. I really like put my like thoughts deep into like, okay, what do I like about this character? Like, am I experiencing any bias of any kind, right? Am I just caught up in the hype? And then so that's why whenever I officially didn't make Himiko my favorite, that was such a big deal because I never really anticipated for like Firefly to ever be surpassed as my favorite Honkai Star Rail character. But if it was going to be anyone, it was going to be Himiko. So Stone, to be honest, I didn't actually like Himiko that much till 4.4, whereas for Firefly, I've liked her since day one. And you know what? That's more than fair, Stone. That is more than fair. So I think that sense of like being a day one person or like an OG for a character definitely influences your kind of likability towards that character. Like that's something that Goldie has always struggled with his favorite characters is that he has never been able to feel like he was an OG of the characters that he loves, aside from like Finon. But that's something like that's something that like I fortunately haven't had to experience because like with Himiko I was on her day one from the very beginning of the game, and then with Firefly there's a little bit of that. I wasn't on Sam necessarily day one, but I was on Cyrene day one. So the moment she got released in the Golden Epic trailer. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into ranking your favorite characters in gacha games, especially if you care and love about them as much as we do on the channel, and I assume for you as well, Stone. So no worries, man. So Firefly back to number one. You've pivoted from one fire lady to the next. Your favorite was a fire girl character, then it became a fire girl character, and now we're back to a fire girl character. The same one. All right. All I'll say about Remielle short, it kind of disproves one of my previous theories. Interesting. So to kind of talk about it a little bit, and before we get into the trailer, as always, we will yap a bit. We'll let some time pass to let people come in if they want to come in. But one of the things like I'm really excited to see about Remielle's trailer is potential lore, right? Potential backstory into the OG Void Hunters. I am excited for that because on the thumbnail of the animated short, you can see obviously Remielle, but you can also see the leader of the Falcon Yane mercenary troop, the one with the purple hair. Or Colonel Vike. We don't know which is which. Well, I at least don't confirm. Anyone on YouTube or Twitch, don't confirm for me. The purple haired girl character, the OG Void Hunter that appears alongside Remielle. We don't know if she's Colonel Vike or the leader of the Falcon Yane mercenary group. Maybe we'll find out in this animated short, right? I've always thought that she is the leader of the Falcon Yane mercenary group because the way in the original teaser, like the original trailer that they show up, is that the big kind of robot or intelligent construct shows up first, and then I believe it's Remielle, and then I think it's the purple-haired girl, and the names show up in that order. So it's Colonel Vike, Lieutenant Colonel Dan, and then the leader of the Falconian mercenary group. So I'm pretty sure that Colonel Vike is the like very big like guy with the big sword that looks like a robot. So, but interesting to hear that it kind of disproves of one of your previous theories. I'll be excited to hear what exactly that theory might be, Stone. So, very exciting stuff. Honestly, Remielle's character demo got me so fucking hyped for 3.1. Like, I am chomping at the bit to get into tomorrow. Like, I want to summon for Remielle. I want to play the 3.1 main story. I want to dive back into ZZZ. I think it's going to be so fun. I'm just like, the character trailer really did a lot for me. Like, I wasn't already hype enough with everything going on with Rose Califer and Remielle and Eldrada Sunbringer. You guys know how down bad I am for Eldrada, but this is just kind of taking it to a different level. Because the character demo was amazing. Genuinely, I do think it's the best character demo in the game up until this point. Like, right, you're competing with like Yi Xuan's character demo with Yi Xuan versus Miyabi. And like this one, just to me, I just felt the animation was like as good, if not better. But I like really enjoyed the emotions and the story behind this one a little bit more than Yi Xuan versus Miyabi. Yi Xuan versus Miyabi was just kind of like a hype bomb, whereas Remielle's character demo was both that and some like really nice storytelling, in my opinion. So should be a good time. But yeah, we're going to jump into it here in just a bit. So before we jump into the trailer reaction, as always, some housekeeping items. So the first of which is, when is going to be the next stream? Well, the next stream is going to be tomorrow, because we will be doing our first ever collab or dual stream, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be summoning Remielle alongside a very good friend of mine, a friend that I've known for years, a fellow streamer, Goldie Stars. He goes by Goldie for the most part. He will be summoning Remielle alongside with us tomorrow, so that should be a good time. We're going to be getting that together, hopefully, throughout the afternoon tomorrow before the stream goes live. I will say we'll be starting individually, so both me and Goldie will be starting individually, and then we'll be coming together and joining streams later when the summoning actually starts. I will be going from M0W1, so I've decided not to get any Mindscapes for Remielle. I'm going to be saving that for Evelyn rerun and Eldrada whenever she comes out, hopefully sometime soon. Goldie will be going for M6, though, so he will be getting Remielle's every single Mindscape, and so he will be going first. So Goldie will be summoning first, and then I will be summoning kind of like as a footnote after his like a big M6. So most of the summons will be his tomorrow. Should be a bit of a longer stream for that than it was originally going to be. And then I will do my summons for Remielle after, where I'll be getting just one copy of her and then the W engine. So next stream will be tomorrow. It'll be obviously like pretty much as soon as the patch drops, we'll be summoning for Remielle alongside Goldie. And then the day after tomorrow, we'll do, as always, the main story playthrough. I'm hoping that it is actually long. I'm kind of ready to sink my teeth into the Rose Califer story even more after all the hype that we've gotten in the live stream with the Prophecy MV, right? And Remielle's trailers. And I think the Rose Califer 3.0 story set it up very well as well. What's going on, JD? Happy Monday, my friend. Welcome on in, JD. Thanks for stopping by, even though I know that ZZZ isn't exactly your main thing. But as always, we're going to yap for a bit. We're going to enjoy our yap and have a good time before we jump into this trailer. JD, how's it going, my man? Hope you're doing well. I don't know why it's felt like a while since you and I have been able to talk, JD. Maybe it did. I did take a couple of days off. Well, really the weekend off. So, and now we're jumping back into the hype for ZZZ. But yeah, welcome in, JD. Happy Monday. Good to see you. And then after we do the main story reaction, I think I already announced this as well a couple streams back. We're also going to be doing a story discussion stream. We're going to be doing those the same exact way we do them for Star Rail, just with ZZZ. Every main story quest that we finish, we will then have a stream dedicated to like discussing it and like reacting or watching anything that we may have missed. So should be great. I'm actually impressed by how good of a DPS Gilgamesh is. I still need to build him. By the way, I today I had a bit of a gambling issue, if we might call it. I just felt the need to get all of the Fate stuff and Sparksy's light code. So I did spend some money today. Not a small amount of money either. A couple hundred. I spent a couple hundred today to get. I got Rin, so I did summon for Rin finally. So I got Rin, and then I got Rin's light cone. Then I got Saber's light cone because I didn't have Saber's light cone. And then I got Sparksy's light cone because I was missing Sparksy's light cone. And let me tell you, we went fucking super, super cold and then super, super hot. I lost 50-50 on Rin, and it took me to soft pity both times. So that was really rough. But then I got all of the light cones I got early. And I won every single coin flip. So I got Rin's light cone in 20 pools, Saber's light cone in 20 pools, and then I got Sparksy's light cone in 50 pools. So that was super nice. That kind of made up for the bad Rin summons. But yeah, JD, I assume that you're running Gilgamesh with Saber, right? You're just running the Saber team. What team is that, by the way? Are they just running Gilgamesh, Saber, Hua Hua as the sustain, and then like a random support in that last slot? Because I am definitely going to, I think, build the Fate teams. I think those, not now that the teams have been kind of like brought out in full, like we have Saber and Gilgamesh working with one another, Archer and Ren working with one another, I do think I'm going to build them. So it's going to be fun. No, yeah, I also remember seeing that Gilgamesh and Rin basically are transforming the Fate teams. I don't have Saber, so RMC, Sunday, and Hua Hua. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Now, if you really like playing Gilgamesh, I mean, that team is insane. I mean, let's take a look, actually. Let's go to Pride Win right now, right? I'm going to go to Pride Win right now. I actually don't know what the team is. I know it's Saber and Gilgamesh, and I know the sustain's supposed to be Hua Hua. But that's kind of it. I guess Sunday makes sense for the action advance into energy, right? Ah, more Nax Blade. What a surprise. So it's basically Saber, Gilgamesh. You can use M Blade, RMC, Tribby, I'm guessing E1, and then, yeah, Hua Hua is to sustain. JD, since most of his damage comes from his ult. Yeah, he is an energy character for sure. What's going on, Sage? Welcome in. Happy Monday. Happy start to the week. Good to see you, Sage. So 3.2 is pretty much confirmed to be Claret and Roxy. We might be stopping with the A ranks just to get free S ranks from time to time. Well, God bless, because it doesn't matter if they're free. By all means, I'll take them, but I'm not summoning for Claret and Roxy. I'm good. Claret is cool. Roxy is fine, but I'm good. So, which I need to because of how much money that I spent on 4.4. In total, I ended up spending about $1,200 on 4.4 to get the following. I got E6 S5 Himiko Nova. I got Dunhung Light Cone. I got Rin. I got Rin Light Cone. I got Saber Light Cone, and I got Sparksy Light Cone. So with everything that I saved and all the money that I spent, that's what I ended up getting. So pretty okay. I wouldn't say like amazing luck, but pretty strong. What's going on, Burb on YouTube? Good morning, my dude. Morning to me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Hope we're all doing well. Happy start to the new week. Happy Monday or happy Tuesday, depending on where you may be in the world. JD, what is interesting is that Gilgamesh gets energy depending on the energy the teammates use. Indeed. He looks very fun to play. I think now that they've released Gilgamesh and Rin, the Fate teams feel so much more complete to me. Like before, when they first just released Saber and Archer, obviously Archer was like really strong when he first released, but it still did feel somewhat incomplete. Whereas now you definitely get the sense like, okay, these are the teams that you're supposed to use, right? So, yeah. Say, to be honest, because it's a skip patch, I'm probably getting Remielle and her W engine this patch. I have no reason not to with how she's the whole patch cycle. Yeah, Sage, holy shit. So you finally made the decision. You've been like thinking about it for so long. Like, do I jump the gun? Do I do it right? And goddamn, finally decided to get Remielle, huh? It's really difficult not to get a Void Hunter, man. It just is. Like it's so hard not to like get the Void Hunter. And yeah, her trailer, well, I've only seen one of the trailers, right? The character demo. But I assume that her animated short and the EP slash MV are amazing. So yeah, we'll watch them here in a bit. We can yap for a bit though. Sage, Gilgamesh has really high ult multipliers. He's a true shredder. Yep. And it makes me so like excited to like be able to play him alongside Saber, because Saber also is like an ult character. And obviously they've got their joint attack. JD, but I still wonder if Gil's light cone is a must or not. Well, I'm on Pride Win right now. Hold on, like let me see what else you can use. Well, you could ironically you can use sabers, apparently, or Phinons, basically. Just any like 5-star destruction light cone. It doesn't seem like it's like that imperative, but it does kind of seem like it is the best. So Sage, I got it for free from 200 pools. I failed to get Sparksy and got Ichi Yun Lee. Now I'm saving for Pearl. Yep, same here. Pearl and Nihilux are going to be like the next big ones. Though I'm hearing word. A little birdie told me that Nihilux is apparently going to be another DPS, like an Elation DPS that supposedly is going to replace Silverwolf, potentially. Which is interesting to me because I thought if Nihilux was going to replace anyone, it would be Sparksy on the Elation team. So like you would run Nihilux, Silverwolf, Yao Guang as the support, obviously, and then what is likely going to be Pearl as the Elation sustain. That same leak said at Ichu, she's a sub DPS for Silverwolf 999 teams. Gotcha. We'll see how. I think for sure I'm gonna get Nihilux because it would just be very weird for me not to get a main push character. But I will say I think what's going to be a very strong Elation team. I've got Sparksy with Light Cone, Silverwolf with Light Cone, Yao Guang with Light Cone, and then I'm planning to get Pearl and her Light Cone. So who knows? We'll see. What I ideally what I would like is honestly now the fact that I have Sparksy's light cone, I don't necessarily want to move Sparksy outside of the team. So now that I think about it, I do think I would prefer for her to replace Silverwolf. I think that would be ideal. So I could just run Yao Guang, Pearl, and Sparksy with, Silverwolf 999 or Nihilux, depending on, the element slot. So we'll see. JD, so besides the collab, there won't be a new character in 4.8, right? Correct. That is what is rumored at the moment. Now, obviously, take rumors with a grain of salt. I know I always warn you guys, but I want to make sure I get the point across. Rumors and leaks can change at any point in time. Sunday was originally supposed to join the Stellaron Hunters. Like, things can change. But currently, the leaks and rumors do say that no new character in 4.8. It's just going to be the collab with ZZZ. And the collab characters that are rumored are Astra Yao and Ellen, which makes me sad because I was hoping for something a bit more exciting for me personally. So, Sage, also a leaker said that before the rewrites, Kochiba would have been playable in 4.6, which might still happen as we only know it's Death Pearl for that patch. I do kind of feel like a lot that was planned for in Planar Arcadia had to get like shut down, or maybe not shut down, but they had to abandon their original, I guess summoning timeline, if you want to call it. Or you could even say the same thing about the story. Like there are some parts to the Planar Arcadia story that make a lot of sense, and then there are some parts that don't make that much sense. So there's still the Galaxy Ranger kind of like maid that we have yet to get as well. There's Pearl was rumored to be have originally been planned for 4.1, if you guys remember as well. So there's I do think some of the like Japan China political tension unfortunately did kind of cause the Plan Arcadia basically planning to be thrown into whack. Kuchiba might have been playable at some point. Who knows? JD, I usually don't eat salt, but we'll take the grain. That's a real knee slapper, JD. What would I expect anything less from you? Sage, I would mean 4.7 is probably a Nihilux solo patch. Yeah. Supposedly, we are just getting solo patches for a while. Like, we are going to get Robin and Ventrine SPs at the same time, and then it's Pearl by herself and Nihilux by herself, which is like interesting. Sage, oh yeah, Ash Veil and Pearl was 100% supposed to happen. The solo patch really tells you a lot, Lamau. Yeah, absolutely. Which is unfortunate, man. Really feel bad for the Star Rail team and, you know, all the developers and story writers and anyone who's working on the game, right? You do all this planning, right? We're supposed to go to Benzai Tengoku, right? And we're supposed to. They obviously had things planned out already way ahead of time, and then some politician says something, and all of a sudden, everything that you've worked for, everything that you've planned, everything that you've readied and prepared for, gets thrown out the window, and you have to scrape something together. So, at least Asat was written without issues. His character, yes, but his defeat, I still think is a writing misstep. I think Asat being defeated in 4.4 was not what I would have done. JD, probably the Japan issue is also why the last patches felt so short. Yeah, that as well. They're just playing. I do feel like the impact was a lot larger than, you know, we initially thought. And we just felt it throughout Plan Arcadia in little spurts. Like, they did a good job of like hiding how big the impact of that situation was. So obviously, like I said, when I first talked about the situation, whatever stance you want to take on the Japan China political issue, it is what it is, right? I have my own opinion on the issue. I'm not going to talk about it just because it's very sensitive and that's not what I want to do here. But I think what most of us can agree on, right, is it sucks that, you know, that situation did have to impact, you know, Star Rail and the game and the story. And, you know, it's Star Rail and video games are supposed to be a safe place, right? They're supposed to be entertainment, a hobby, something that you can like come and enjoy. And to unfortunately have that impeded in some way is unfortunate. So, Sage, well, a lot of the story was Evanescia, and that clearly was felt. Yes, indeed. Indeed. I do think Evanescia got the shortest end of the stick, which is why I'm hoping that she gets some type of SP in the future. And if not, then at the very least, like a Nova Flare or like some type of story relevance beyond what she's already been given. Because I love Evanescia dearly. She's probably my favorite Planet Arcadia character aside from the Himiko Asat duo. JD, this is more like Honkai Impact, am I right? Oh, that's another one. At least I think that's a joke. Yeah, that is, given the emoji that you sent. But yeah, when it happened, I think a lot of us thought like, ooh, this is going to be ugly. So, because another thing that I was thinking about the other day, and actually me and Goldie were talking about this. Do you guys feel like the naming with Planet Arcadia was a bit lazy? Because, like, think about the name. Plan Arcadia. Like, Arcadia Planet. Like, and then also you've got, like, Planner or, like, yeah. Like, the naming just feels, like, very simple. Like, it's almost like they went to ChatGPT and just said, hey, look, brother, I just need a name for my fantasy world, for my fantasy planet. And, yeah, the one I was about to bring up, Sage, Ahatopia. Like, oh, I wonder what that possibly could be. Like Utopia and Aha. Wow. Very original, very creative. It does kind of feel like there are like these parts of Planet Arcadia when you really like sink your teeth into it, right? that you can kind of see the impact of the China Japanese situation much, much clearer. To be honest, I find that and Astropolis sound very similar. Astropolis to me at least feels more like a genuine name, like that maybe they had planned that ahead of time. Who knows? JD, at first I thought it was related to the planar armaments. I do think it's like a mix between the planar ornaments and hey, planet and Arcadia. I do think it's a mix. Or planar itself is a word. So yeah, unfortunate situation to be in. I think the biggest impact by far to me was Evanesia. She was, I think, the sacrifice that Hoyoverse had to give in order to like hobble together a decent story in Planet Arcadia. And let's be perfectly honest, the Planet Arcadia story is really solid for, you know, the situation that Hoyoverse and the Honkai Star Rail team found themselves in. I enjoyed the Planet Arcadia story a lot. After 4.3 and 4.4, it's definitely risen higher for me. I still think that the clear best stories in Star Rail are Penacony and Amphorius. I think Penacony and Amphorius are on different levels. And then you've got like this like competition for like that third slot between Belobog and the second Cianjo story in 2.x, and obviously, you know, Planet Arcadia. And then I think by far the weakest story in Honkai Star Rail is 1.x Cianjo. I think 1.x Cianjo is probably the one that I find least compelling amongst all of them. Sage, and it sucks too because Silverwolf 999 didn't get the push because she never was the push. She's the most fake push they've had in this game because it was clearly Evanesia. Yes, I would agree. I do think the plan was that Evanesia was going to be the anniversary character, and then they had to pivot away from her because she is more Japanese inspired than, you know, and then Silverwolf is more neutral. But they did a good job. I think they did their best to make Planet Arcadia as enjoyable as possible. And I came away from Planet Arcadia feeling, you know, very satisfied. Obviously, very biased from my end with Himiko being front and center. So maybe that's unfair, but I enjoyed Planet Arcadia. Not as much as Penacony or Amphorius, but I enjoyed it. JD, poor Ye being sacrificed in another game. Yeah, please, can we give Evanesia an SP? Can we do her justice? Can we? Or like do something fun with Evanesia at least. Like maybe dye her hair blonde and have her join the Express. I'd be down for that. Like give her yellow hair because I mean that's what you did with the trees in Planet Arcadia. You turned all the trees that were going to be Sakura just yellow. So just give Evanesia yellow hair, make her blonde, and have her join the actual Express. I'd be happy. I would be happy. Sage, and I'm not saying that Silverwolf 999 wasn't a push. The trailers say enough, but I think she would have released first phase with Blade and Evanesia was a solo patch. There was rumors, and we'll never know, obviously, because there's a lot of things that suggest that Silverwolf 999 was going to be the push originally, right? They had a Hatsune Miku collab. Like that's just crazy. Like that is just crazy to just have out of nowhere between Hatsune Miku and Silverwolf. Like that definitely like suggests that they were planning some big stuff with Silverwolf ahead of time. So JD, the eyes of her other self are yellow, so it would make sense. I'd be down for Evanesia to join the Express as long as they change her design. Because I've always held the opinion that the Express is going to get another member, but that member has to have an original design. I don't think they want the members of the actual Express to have similar designs. That's one of the reasons why I said, look, as much as I love Cyrene and Finon, I just didn't see them joining because Cyrene has pink hair and Finon looks a bit too much like Sunday. So like if they're going to do a new Astral Express member, they can't have someone that matches the same physical qualities as an existing Astral Express member, in my opinion. And unfortunately, because March 7th exists, I don't think Evanesia would join the Express unless, like I said, they dyed her hair blonde. So Sage, considering the fact that Ashvale and Pearl would have released before the Any patch as well, a solo patch makes sense, and then Silverwolf's 999's full team would have been out. Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of things pointing towards that. I think there's some things that point towards that potentially not being the case. But if you were to ask me, in my opinion, I do think that Evanesia was intended to be the anniversary unit, and then they had to just move away from it because of everything that happened between China and Japan. JD, otherwise it would be called the Anasrava Express. True. Can we just like, all right, have Cyrene join, have Evanescia join, have triple pink girls, and then you know what? Let's go even deeper, right? Himiko's hair, change it to pink. It's already red, pretty damn close. Keyless's hair, just put on the mem cap, right? And then just look at Don Hung and Welt and just say, hey, you gotta take one for the team. And Sunday as well. I almost forgot about Sunday. I'm sorry. Burb, how about Sampo joining the Express? I'd be down. I think Sampo would be fun. I don't see it happening, but I'd be down for Sampo to join. 1000%. I don't think we're going to get anyone joining in this story patch. I think we're going to probably get some new Astral Express member in 5.x. I think 5.x is the next Astral Express member that we get. And I think honestly that's it. I think we're going to go 5 to 7. I think we're going to get Sunday and one other Astral Express member, and if you were asking me, I think that's where it stops. So I do think the next Euphoria story is the heirs trying to save Cyrene, not just the Astral Express. Well, we'll see what happens, because we were rumored to get an Euphoria's continuation story, and now all of a sudden it seems like that might not be the case. So the power of pink, indeed. The power of pink is strong. Sage, next Astral Express member, it's just SP Welt. Well, I think, like, you know what I mean, like a new member joining the same way Sunday did. Now, I have always maintained the fact that I would have had Serval join the Astral Express, and Sunday would have joined as the last member. But that's neither here nor there. Like, I know, but David or Gulio, whatever you want to call me, the story of Serval and her character arc, the way it was written, she can't join the Express. Yes, I agree. Like, the way they chose to write Serval's story and her character arc, right? I agree. She should not have joined the Express. So good job, Hoyoverse. My whole point is just rewrite her character arc to make her join the Express. But that might be, again, personal bias talking. Sage, personally, if we get Tribios and she joins the Astral Express, I'd be completely fine with it. No, trust me, I'd be completely fine with many characters joining the Express. But here's the issue, Sage, right? Here's the issue. Himiko and Tribios, right? Both have very long, flowing red hair. So I just don't think that's ever going to happen. What's going on, Tsubaki? First time chatter. Welcome in, my friend. Yahoo! Happy Monday. Happy start to the week. Hope you're doing well. We're just yapping for a bit before we get to the trailer reaction, Tsubaki. This is something that we do every stream. We just yap for. We're already 35 minutes in. We're gonna have to get to the trailer reactions here soon. Sage, you say that, but Kalis and Sunday have similar hair color. That is the closest one. I will agree with that. I do think Kalis has gray hair and Sunday has like a bluish silver hair color. It is the closest of all of the Astral Express members. That said, to me, it's still very different. So it works. JD, I'm just glad for the collab, but won't spoil. No, the collab does seem to be interesting based on what has been leaked or rumored. Tsubaki, just starting Monday off with some ice cream. I have some ice cream as well in the fridge or the freezer, and I will be having it very enjoyably after the stream. I'm planning, for those of you guys that live in the States, I know some of you guys don't. There's this restaurant here for this fast food called Chick-fil-A. It's very good. Unfortunately, their business has some beliefs that I just don't agree with. But I will be going to Chick-fil-A and then having some ice cream afterward, and it's going to be delicious. Sage, if we get real world Euphorias, do you think we'll get a new map or just story on the same locations? I hope we get a new map. I don't think it has to be like a new planet entirely, but yeah, new maps for sure, right? You can reuse the previous locations, but I would definitely want for at least one new map. Tsubaki, are you excited for 3.1? I am very excited. I am chomping at the bit to get into it. Absolutely. Like Remielle, Eldrada, all the Rose Calipher stuff, the Enchainers, right? Hope maybe we get some stuff with like Promia and the Cunning Hares. Maybe we get some backstory. Like, there's just so much in Roskilde for to get excited for. JD, I meant this Fate collab and the Amphorius Winks. Ah, gotcha. Yes. By the way, didn't talk about it. Was supposed to talk about it. So the second housekeeping item for today, we're not gonna be doing the Fate story on stream. I'm sorry. I know some of you guys might have been excited. I do hear that this Fate story is much better than the old one, but to me, my mind with my channel and all of this is on ZZZ. I do not want to interrupt the ZZZ momentum, right? I want to go full force in to 3.1 and Remielle and everything about ZZZ, and doing Fate just in the middle or after or before would have felt a bit weird. It would have felt like a palate cleanser when I don't want a palate cleanser. So, Burb, what are those beliefs? Well, I don't want to talk about it too much just because I don't like to get into too sensitive topics too much on the channel. But Chick-fil-A, the restaurant, the fast food place that I spoke about, let's just say that they don't support, or their actions have kind of shown that they don't necessarily support LGBTQ+, and I support LGBTQ+. So let's just say that. We'll leave it there. Sage, the old Void Hunters for sure? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm hoping that we get some type of backstory in the animated short, because it's Remielle and again, Colonel Vike, or the leader of the Falconian mercenary troop. I've been calling the purple-haired girl the leader of the Falconian mercenary troop. That's who I think it's going to be, but could be either or. But she's on the thumbnail of the animated short that we're going to watch here in just a bit. So I'm hoping that we get some backstory. Subaki, who are you planning on pulling in 3.1? I will be pulling Remielle M0W1. We were going to get M3, but I decided not to because I spent too much money in Star Rail 4.4. So Remielle, M0W1, and then I will be spending, Sage just said it. I will be spending money to get the top up bonus and seed, basically. Not necessarily summoning for seed, but we will be getting seed, which I am so excited for, because seed went from, yeah, I like this character, to my third favorite character in the game behind my clear number 2, which are Evelyn at number 2, and then Eldrada Sunbringer is my favorite character in ZZZ pretty easily. Sage, that's fair enough. My friends have said it's a night and day experience compared to the first Fate story they did, which is a very good thing. No, yeah, Goldie told me the same thing, because Goldie did do the Fate story on stream, and he said it was much better. So I'm excited to play it, but I am going to play it on my own, enjoy it on my own. So just a heads up. We can talk about the Fate story, like just during one of these Yap sessions. It's funny that you can get Trigger for Sichu Lamau. Yeah, I just need to wait for her W engine to rerun. But because most of what makes Trigger good is her W engine. Because you only get the character. You don't get Trigger and her W engine for free, which is unfortunate. So hopefully she reruns soon. You can get her W engine? Really? Well, if you can, then God bless. God bless. Burb, do we already have a name for the actual captain of the group? Like, of the OG Void Hunters? To me, I don't think they've necessarily defined a leader of the OG Void Hunters group. But there are signs, right? Number one, Remielle called Sunbringer her, like, senpai, like her senior. And we all know Sunbringer has always been very important to the ZZZ story, right? So Sunbringer could be seen as a quote-unquote leader of the OG Void Hunters. There's also Professor Arche, or Arche, however you want to pronounce it, because he is the founder of Helios, and, he was the last of the OG Void Hunters introduced. So don't know if there's like a canon captain of the OG Void Hunters, or if you're being literal and talking about military rank, like the military ranks of Lieutenant Colonel and Colonel Vike. Like, there's Lieutenant Colonel Remielle Dan and Colonel Vike. Like, who knows? Or what's crazy to me is having Lucia as a selection for the free S ranks, considering she just had a rerun recently. Yeah, that was surprising. Good for them, because Lucia is a very good pool. And if you don't have her, then you kind of need her. Hopefully, we get another ruptured support soon. Get I need Eldrada to be rupture electric, guys. I need all of you guys to send me your like wish power, like we can call it that. To like, can we just talk Eldrada being electric rupture into existence, please? That would be perfect. I'm not joking. Perfect. That electric is easily less so now that I'm going to be getting seed and trigger, but the element that I am like least good on my in my account. It's that and fire, and I would be down for fire as well. Tsubaki, I'm planning on getting Haramasa in the second half. Hell yeah, Tsubaki. Hell yeah. For those of you guys that missed Haramasa, you can finally get him. He is finally rerunning after so long. They said you can choose the character and W engine separately. Oh, bless. Okay, well, I'm just going to get Trigger and her W engine then, if that's the case. I thought I was going to have to get Trigger and not her W engine. That was sad. That was sad. Also, I wanted to show you this. Someone commissioned a design for a character in HSR, and it's pretty cool. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, this is cool. This is like a Kuchiba commissioned fan art. I could get down for this. Well, this is having her be like a Veracity Pathstrider, which isn't playable yet in Stariel. But maybe they make her like Nihility or Abundance or something. But yeah, this design, very cool. Definitely worked for me. Thank you for that link, Sage. That was really cool. But our biggest reveal is Harumasa rerun. Yeah, Harumasa rerun, finally. Jesus Christ. Like, we've been asking for it for so long, and it just took, like, almost an entire year, if not more. Sage, is it really funny that Kuchiba is still more mysterious than a Sot Pramod at this point? I would actually kind of say it's not surprising or funny to me, because Asat Pramod was always going to be front and center. Whereas if they wanted to have like a hidden antagonist like Kuchiba, then obviously she was going to be more mysterious. What's going on, Goldie? Appreciate the raid, my brother. We are 45 minutes in. I still haven't gotten to the trailer reactions, guys. I'm so sorry. Goldie, welcome in, my friend. Hope you had a good stream. I'm excited for our collab/dual stream tomorrow. Everyone from Goldie's Sheep, I love this trailer reaction. Goldie's or what mine is going to be, Sheep. Good to see you, Sheep. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Happy Monday. Song is my favorite of the EPs. Well, I know the title of the EP, which is Chew to Tango. And if it's anything like what they played during the live stream, it's going to be amazing. So say, to be honest, if 4.6 drips Kuchiba, it'll just be a what the fuck, because 4.5 won't be out yet for any story relevance. I personally don't think Kuchiba is going to be playable, unfortunately, but I hope that she's relevant in some way, because I like Kuchiba. She's cool. And I want more of like, hey, we made an NPC character model and now they're playable, because that is always something that's really cool for me. All right, well, I think this is a perfect time to get into the trailer reactions, because like I said, we don't want to be here for too long. Sheep, Kuchiba seems to have been pushed back indefinitely. As long as they keep her around and potentially give me a hope that she's going to be playable, you know, we'll see. Goldie, I don't know, and Sheep, let me show you guys what Sage sent me. Look at this. This is such a cool design. Like, I would be so down for something like this. I think this is really cool. I would be so down for something like this for Kuchiba. But this is kind of like, I feel like pushing her into the spotlight, right? If Kuchiba is going to be playable, then she needs the screen time and the attention to, you know, make her going from NPC to playable actually, you know, be believable. And I just think I just don't know if they're going to do Kuchiba as like the main antagonist, but we'll see. So yeah, this is a very cool design. I'm glad that you showed me this, Stage. I appreciate it. Stone, you missed me sending Goldie Eldrada art. What the fuck, Stone? Why would you send Goldie Eldrada art but not me? What is this betrayal? Hello? Okay, thank you. Hold on. Is this the Eldrada art that I've been asking for? Oh shit. Is this spoilers? I think that might be spoilers. I saw like official CG art. It's not spoilers. This looks like spoilers to me, Stone. It's fan art. Well, there is like a phone here. It's a yeah. Stone. No offense, my brother. It's all good. It was probably a genuine mistake, but I'm pretty sure that looked like a CG art. Is that like leaked story cinematics? It probably was. It's all good. No harm, no foul. I didn't really see anything besides Remielle's hair. So, yeah, was like I was able to I saw Remielle's hair. You guys know the way Star Rail and ZZD do their CG arts. The art style is very recognizable. It is very recognizable. So I saw like the shading on Remielle's hair and I was like, oh shit. So all good, guys. All good. Happens to the best of us. Sheep, this looks epic, but yeah, she needs more relevance, probably with Pearl and 4.5, 4.6. Indeed. All right, let me take a look at this really quick. Oh, I've seen this Sage. Very cool. I'll show it after the trailer reactions. Let's get into the trailer reactions because I don't want this stream to go for too long because I am very hungry. And like I said, I've got some ice cream waiting in the fridge and I would very much like to enjoy that. So we have 2 trailers to react to today. As I pull them up, we'll be reacting to the animated short and the character MV/EP for Remielle, whatever you would like to call it. We're going to start and go in release order, which is going to be the animated short, and then right after, obviously, the EP, which released most recently. I don't think we're getting a character teaser. I searched it up on the live stream, but if we do get a character teaser, we'll probably react to it tomorrow before we do the summons. So, Sage, no, Remy has 3 trailers. Yeah, it's the character demo, the animated short, and the EP. I'm pretty sure. That's what they showed on the live stream. That's what they showed on the live stream. So we'll see if they decide to stick with it or not, but that's what they showed. Okay. All right. Let's do 25%, closed captions on, full HD here. To be honest, the demo was a teaser and it was so long. Yeah, the demo was really long. We're starting with a very close shot of Remielle. So it looks like her implants, if she has implants or something, is going up her face. Who knows? All I know is the thumbnail. I know that Remielle and the leader of the Falconian mercenary troop, that's what I'm assuming, could be Colonel Vike. Who knows? I know that both of them are in this trailer and they're wearing dresses. So I'm not ready. Okay. Thank you, Sage. Thank you for scaring me. But yeah, this is Day of Silence. Oh God, doesn't necessarily inspire confidence, does it? Which is 6 minutes long. So finally, we yap for about 50 minutes. We're jumping in. This is Remielle's animated short, Day of Silence. In 3, 2, 1.
What is this? Okay.
God damn.
Something.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
What have you all been hiding?
Was that the leader of the Falconian?
On behalf of Eridu City Hall,
The Void Hunter promotion, maybe? Hey! And that's the original designs.
Ongoing fight against the Hollow. They stood on the front lines to... Oh.
Hi everyone, I'm Remielle Dan, and I'd like to take this chance to share
Hey,
an exciting
okay.
news.
She kind of just took the microphone.
Helios Academy and I. Why didn't you let me finish back then? Also, tell me why they put your name on the project team without asking me.
We still don't know enough about Void Hunter weapons. I'm not
This
letting you go alone.
I like this
You
chemistry
worry way too
already.
much, Mom.
What? Worried I'll upstage you?
Upstage. You're funny. As a reward, I'll humor you with a dance.
Yes, please give me Toxic Yuri.
Don't you even try to step on my feet.
That's my line.
Oh, we're definitely getting Yuri. I don't know if it's toxic yet. What in the Akron Black Swan is
Dance
this?
obsessed worrywart.
This is cute.
Don't make it
Oh,
while
okay.
everyone's
I'll take some
staring
singing.
at me. It's not my
I'm still
fault,
kind of like
honestly.
focused on what Remielle said at the beginning and that like the first 10 seconds of the trailer.
I see, don't pretend it's a surprise, please. I
Young
tried
Remielle,
hard,
I'm assuming, yeah.
trust me.
Are these two like childhood friends? Oh, I know what's gonna happen. They're going to build up this relationship in 3 minutes and then crush my heart, aren't they? Oh, so this song is beautiful. And obviously, as always, the animation is gorgeous. I'm not getting attached. I'm not getting attached. I'm not getting attached. I know what you're doing to me, Hoyoverse. I'm not gonna fall for it. Fuck you. Yeah, I know where this is going. I know where this is going. You showed me in the first 10 seconds. No. They are childhood friends, aren't they?
Find you here. First place again? Could you teach me how to dance?
Some things can only be done by people with talent. If this works, humanity will be one step closer to conquering the Hollows. Someone has to do it.
Why can't we have nice things, Hoyoverse?
If you want in on this experiment, then come.
Not worried about me upstaging you anymore?
Someone's optimistic.
And she's gonna live with this guilt for the rest of her life.
Here's your
Because
gift.
she wasn't going to be a part of the
promised, didn't
experiment
I?
at first. Oh my god, it's a fucking dove.
Here's hoping everything goes smoothly.
Oh dear. Yep. Okay, Colonel Vike, thank you for finally confirming. Oh, and Chainer call out. Okay, all right.
She is not an insane.
Oh, Emily Connors.
There has to be a way.
I can't even be down bad with these character angles because I'm these characters. I can't even speak.
Like that too.
Ooh, Jesus.
Blow my mind.
Oh. And then Chainer potentially is a Void Hunter overtaken by their weapon.
I need to do something about Belly first.
Her first name, Belly Vike. Yeah! Wow! That was some incredible animation. This is true. They're just flying through this abandoned building. She's definitely like the Raiden May. Ooh! Hey, Remielle! Just cut through the building. Okay, didn't completely collapse. Stasis.
Belly. It's time for you to rest.
Is it gonna be that easy? Okay, now the building's collapsed. What does Professor RK and Sunbringer have to do with this though? Oh, she's alive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. And there it is.
Partner like this. You were never much of a dancer. I'm sorry. I should have noticed sooner.
Oh, I love that Thamiel is...
Belly.
Man, the OC was really good there. Fuck. Oh my god, and like we all theorized, that's why she's wearing black. She's mourning.
I knew you'd be here. Remielle,
What?
looking for this.
What?
You really don't know when to go away. Now do you?
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do like the, hey, we're gonna have this character talk off screen and not show the character. Okay, well that, that was painful. That's every bit, but I was prepared. I knew, bro. Hoyoverse, you gotta get better with your baiting, brother. From the first fucking 5 seconds of that trailer, I knew where this was going. Oh my god. Okay, I have many thoughts. My mind is kind of like, my brain is kind of in shambles. But as sad as I am, I'm like also like just so curious and intrigued by what this trailer gave us, right? Because this trailer gave us a lot. Her full name is oh yeah, let me check the oh, they don't have the voice acting credits in the trailer. So her new Beliora Vike, gotcha. We all thought that she was the leader of the Falconian mercenary troop. That's like where we were all leaning, and that's not what it was. So the leader of the Falconian mercenary troop is this big guy right over here. Right over here. Oh, they kind of nerfed him, didn't they? Wait, they really nerfed him. Hold on. Hold on. Z. Oh, shit. I love you, Peach Owl, but not right now. I want to see. Yeah, here we go. Right here. Bro, he got nerfed so hard. He got nerfed so... Well, maybe not that hard, but he definitely got nerfed. Look how big he is in these teasers. He's so big. And now he's like... Now they're like barely like a fourth of his size, and now they're like halfway up. Okay, well... It might be good news because like this would like the smaller he is, the more likely that he might be playable, right? So maybe, who knows? All right, let me catch up with you guys here really quick. Sage, this should be the Dark Wall Award. Yes, this was the Dark Wall Award. I thought maybe it was like, you know, announcing 3 new Void Hunters, but no, it was just they were already Void Hunters and then they pushed back the Dark Wall and they were like, you should get rewarded for that. So you don't gotta hide it, David. Don't gotta hide what? Oh, I know. I know what I know what you're talking about. Let me catch up with YouTube. Burb, it won't be a Hoyo game without Yuri. Uh-huh. Indeed. Doomed Yuri. Like, first, is each one of Remielle's trailers just gonna be a different type of Yuri? The character demo trailer that we got with Eldrada, that was Toxic Yuri. Now with this animated short with Beliora Vike, I'm probably just going to call her Vike going forward. This trailer between Remielle and Vike was Doomed Yuri, and then the Tangle one is probably just going to be like Yuri, just straight up. with who? I don't know. Maybe herself. Sage is all happy. What do you mean? Yeah. Burb, maybe he's just gonna grow in combat. Maybe. Who knows? What's going on, Bella? How's it going? Happy Monday, Bella. Good to see you. Hope all is well with you and your health. Welcome back. We are mid Remielle trailer discussion. Good. Otherwise, we couldn't fit in the store. Yeah. I mean, at his original size, he's not fitting anywhere. He's not fitting anywhere. Maybe he's playable now, but he does kind of look like a turtle, doesn't he? This statue is based on one in England, the Angel of Victory. Ooh, very cool. I'll have to look into that, my friend. Sheep, what were you saying about Doom the Yuri Lamau? That was as Doom as you can get, but like I said, it was obvious from even before they like showed the big scary like this thing. Also, by the way, amazing camera shot. Like this is an amazing camera shot. Like, you know, in the first 10 seconds what you're gonna get with this trailer. So you just have to, you just have to close off your emotions. That way you don't start sobbing. Sage, they did confirm who that was, by the way, but I won't say anything if you don't want to know. No, if they confirmed it, tell me. You can tell me in chat right now. You can tell me who it is. They confirmed it in JP and China's Twitter. Okay, thank you very much. Stone Trauma, the best marketing. Yeah, that's what they always default to. They're just like, well, how do we market this character? What if we gave them a sad backstory? Good enough for me. And then you just kind of go on and so forth. Storyteller? Okay, let me take a look. I thought that might be the case. Yep, definitely. Because when I was watching the trailer, I was like, that's black and white. That's monochrome. And who else is monochrome that we know of? Bro, it's gonna be storyteller Remielle and Velina. Oh my god, please, please give me that team. I will love you forever, Hoyoverse. That team will be honestly one of my favorite teams in the entire game, if not my favorite team. Obviously, Eldreda team, TBD. But bro, storyteller, Velina, and Remielle, bless. Give us that team, please. Give us that team. Sage, the stars should be their awards for pushing back the dark wall. You also see the other Void Hunters at the party. Really? Let's. I kind of want to see that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah. There's the Sword Master. There's Joyous. Look at my boy Joyous. He's straight chilling, bro. His legs are crossed, bro. His fit is immaculate. Immaculate fit, Joyous. And then the leader of the Falconian mercenary troop. He's just chilling with Joyous. He can't sit down on the couch. He's too big. He's too big. And then did they show Sunbringer? Is Sunbringer here? I want to see Sunbringer. I like these two a lot. I hope we get more, but obviously she's dead, so probably not. Well, maybe they didn't show Sunbringer just because she was in the character demo a whole lot. Maybe in the crowd, like over here. No one here. Okay, that's fine. We can stop here. Sage, go back and you can see her blade. She also might have picked up her bird music box. I'm going to have to go back and look at a lot of this. Tsubaki, third time's the Yuri charm true. Like, they're just going to keep stabbing the knife in over and over and over again. What's interesting is that he's still wearing the mask, so maybe it's his life support. Yeah, that is true. He is. I mean, it could just be immaculate fit, to be honest. If they want to make Joyous just have consistently immaculate fits, I'm down. Also, can we talk about the Swordmaster's ears? Holy shit. They're as big as her head. Look how tall they are. They are so tall. She's also super tiny. Sunbringer was only seen at the end with Remielle mourning Belly. We don't see RK at all. Oh, you're right. There she is. Those are her horns. This is such a good shot because obviously there's a Colonel Vike in her Enchainer form, which we could talk about that as well. Are Enchainers just Void Hunters that were corrupted by their weapons? Who knows, right? What I love about this shot so much is the fact that Remielle is disconnected from Thaumiel. Like, to show, like, the fact that this is, like, how, Colonel Vike ended up, and then Remielle next to her sobbing, her best friend, her basically sister her entire life has, died at her hands because of something that, she is also using. Amazing stuff, man. Let me catch up with YouTube here really quick. Bella, hope you are well. I've been going through it healing wise, and I'm excited for 3.1. I just watched a theory video about how Enchainers being Void Hunters consumed by their weapons. Yep, that's what literally we were just talking about. You beat me to the punch, Bella. Yeah, very cool stuff. I'm definitely gonna look into this much further. Burb, Swordmaster is even more all ears than Miyabi. She is like 20% ears. Burb, I think Sunbringer was View at the time Remielle stabbed the Vike, but her shadow is only visible. We are here right now. But Miyabi's ears are making sense. Yep. It goes down. It passes down in the lineage. Makes you wonder what Sunbringer and RK were experimenting with. This is probably part of, why Eldreda looks the way she does in Remielle's trailer. Like, well, we can go to that right now. Hold on. Oh, no, it's right there. Like, why do you guys think Eldreda looks like this? Huh? Because the original Sunbringer was doing some shit with Professor RK. Whether or not it was, needed or necessary or even intentional or unintentional, we don't know, right? But OG Sunbringer did some shit that resulted in this on your screen, right? And when Eldreda was created, she probably inherited some memories related to that, and now she hates life. She doesn't want to live anymore because she lives with the immense guilt over doing shit that led to this. Just makes it writes itself. Sometimes you write a story and you think, is this too simple or is this too predictable? And if the answer is yes, well, it is what it is. But tell yourself, is the priority should always be the fact that your story flows well. Sometimes simple and predictable is what you should do, right? And to me, it's pretty obvious where this is going. I don't think they need to reinvent the wheel here. Sage, I got a big comment up top if you want to read. Oh, did I miss something? Here we go. This trailer actually directly connects to what Remielle wanted to know from Sunbringer in a demo. So yeah, it's a full circle moment, and we don't know is how and why. Absolutely. 1000%. Remielle wants to know probably what the hell enchainers are, or if she already knows what the hell enchainers are, right? The truth that she talks about in her character demo is probably what the fuck Sunbringer and Professor Arke were trying to do. Because holy shit, look at this. This is horrible. Why would you ever want this? There's probably a reason, right? But we just don't know yet. Says, well, it does seem to be leading to the fact that Remielle literally said to Y/Belle that they were close to never coming back after absorbing Thaumiel. They may have become an enchainer themselves. Potentially. But I think it's more or less like the enchainer is the slowly over time having the Void Hunter weapon having turned a Void Hunter into an ethereal of some kind, right? I don't think it's something that happens all in one go. I think Pyrois, or the Scorching Horizons, that's what it's called, that Well and Bias can turn into. I don't think that's an enchainer, and if it is, it's some special kind of enchainer. So, and I currently have a theory when we saw Remielle seeking in the 3.1 trilogy, it might have been in the process of being consumed by her Void Hunter weapon. Absolutely, 1000%. I feel like that's the natural way the story is going towards. The natural result that the story is heading towards is Remielle becoming an enchainer because, wanting to find out the truth and having to exert herself using Thaumiel, and us, Faith in the proxy, or potentially other people, hey, potentially even Sunbringer herself, helping her not become an enchainer. I am still on the train that I think Remielle is going to have a happy ending. I think she's going to be the first of the Elysias to have a happy ending. Knock on wood. Cross your fingers. So. Bella, it makes sense then why Remy has similar eye effects to the siblings, that orange circles were in both eyes. But it also makes sense that Thaumiel attempted to fuse with the siblings. They didn't mention corruption levels. If maybe it's the becoming an enchainer, the corruption is magnified or accelerated if you directly absorb a Void Hunter weapon, that could be it as well. Or if you just use a Void Hunter weapon, right, and you don't absorb it, it's over time, it's a slower process. Again, these are all things that we don't know. We can only theorize. Sage, also Pyrois has similar looks to Vike's enchainer form. That's purely speculation from me. Yep, it is more slender, more lithe in form compared to other big ethereals, right? When you think of Gerta Blulu and Boshmu, right, they don't look like this. Maybe they're close to becoming enchainers, but those two ethereals are too big. They're too massive. This is the first confirmed enchainer that we've seen in the game, and it definitely is more humanoid in figure. And this is something that a lot of series do, right? When they do kind of foreign beasts or foreign monster figures. Bleach is the example that I always go with, that I always do. For those of you that have watched Bleach, right? The smaller the hollow, the stronger they are, right? With Bleach, you start with I forget their names, but the huge towering hollows with the pointy mask, and then you get into the Arankar, right? And the Arankar have two different forms. They can be an Ajukas or a Vortelord. An Ajukas is still smaller, but they're still beast-like, whereas Vortelords are more human in nature. So, the more humanoid, probably the stronger. We catch up here really quick. Sage, but what if we fight Enchainer Remielle boss in a later patch? I would be down for that. I don't want Remielle to die. I think doing another tragic like Alicia-esque storyline would be kind of overdone at this point. But if they did it well, then I'd be down. Another big reason why I don't think Remielle will die is they've given her tragedy already here, right? Like to have her die and like, you know, would be almost the story taking the easy way out instead of having to, you know, write the emotions that she lives with because of Colonel Vike's death. That to me is just more interesting, but they could pull it off. I'm not saying that if they were to go down the route of having Remielle's end be also tragic, I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy it. I just think they've got other storytelling angles that they could use here that I would prefer. So Stone, and when we saw Pyrois sinking, maybe Faithhead was trying to save Remielle. Absolutely could be it. I think that's exactly what we're going towards, for sure. Sage, we could see Thaumiel as a key to awaken what Wise/Bell were trying to contain. If they are keys to this form, then they are harder to control than the weapons themselves. The goal of a Void Hunter weapon could, like, maybe it's Sunbringer and Professor Arche, or even more malicious than we thought. Maybe the goal of Void Hunter weapons is to create the Enchainer, right? What if this is intentional? So, Tsubake, it's always the pink hair girls that are dead or sacrifice themselves. Yeah, can we get a happy ending for Remielle, please? To me, this is great. This is tragic. It's sad. It's everything in between. The animated short was fantastic. I mean, they always are, right? They always are. But I would like to see the angle of Remielle sticking around for a while and instead coming to terms with her grief, coming to terms with her mourning, being able to move past this moment, right? God, this shot is so good. Like Remielle curling up like this, kind of like, whereas Colonel Vike is like fully split out. Like she is like she is like being portrayed as like almost like a child, like curling up and like, you know, basically panicking. It's really good. Really, really great stuff. So, but wait, there is no wood around me. I can't redirect the ill luck. I'm sorry. I can knock on wood twice for everyone. There we go. Burb, this feels like Honkai Beasts and Hershers and HI3 terms. Yeah, well said. And that's another good example of, like, you know, with your monsters, the more humanoid and relatable that they become, the stronger they are. So, Sage, yeah, to be honest, wouldn't it be a great story if Eldrada is just ashamed of her past self, only caring about results and not the people themselves? It would help with her isolating herself, because Eldrada is implied to have created Rose Califer. The way, yes, number one, let me respond first. Yes, agreed. The way I want this to go is I kind of want this to continue with no clear antagonist. I think so far, sometimes in ZZZ, it feels like the writers try to force like a very like clear antagonist into the story, when sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes it's just, hey, the world of ZZZ is fucked up. It is post-apocalyptic, and just things will suck because they just suck naturally in the world that they've created, right? I would like maybe an angle where like the original Sunbringer and Professor Arche did these horrible things because they had to, right? Just because of circumstances, right? Or there being some justifiable means to the end, right? And despite that, right, would have been cool. Maybe then you go into direction if that's the case. What if Eldrada has the knowledge of what Professor Arche and the OG Sunbringer did, but doesn't have the memories related to the justifiable means, right? So then you create like a misunderstanding, like a miscommunication between the original Sunbringer and Eldrada, where she feels immense guilt without knowing the original reason, right? And then that leads into Remielle as well, because Remielle is obviously like antagonizing Eldrada and Sunbringer because of what she thinks happened. But like there's just so many like good directions they can take with the story that they're setting up, and a lot of people are going to say it's obvious or it's predictable or it's too simple. Listen, man, I just think they've done a good job with the OG Void Hunters and their story, and now they just need to reap the rewards, right? Don't try to get too fancy with it. Like, honestly, this is one of the situations where I don't want Shaoji like writing. Like, I don't want us to get too crazy here. Like, you've got a clear story here. You've got a clear story here that just connects super well. Just connect the dots. Don't do anything too crazy, and it's going to work. It just is, because you've set up your world. You've set up your characters. You set up your character dynamics so well that at this point, just reap the rewards. So, Stone, no, because tragedy makes people pool and developers won't break a system that works. That is also true. They got to make their money. Sage, also, this is making me think that the sacrifices are connected to enchainers, another experiment to make them, but without the Void Hunter weapons, if they're even needed to become an enchainer at all. That would be interesting as well. I'd be down for that. I would be so down for that. Can we get a playable enchainer eventually, please? And thank you. One thing that's interesting, Remielle did fight an enchainer one-on-one, and she was victorious. Now, obviously, maybe Colonel Vike enchainer form is like a new enchainer, or maybe not that strong of an enchainer, but what this trailer showed us is that enchainers are very powerful, just they are defeatable. You can defeat an enchainer. They're not so powerful to the point to where a Void Hunter could not do something about them. But then, you know, maybe to defeat an enchainer, you must become an enchainer. So, okay, fantastic animated short. Really, really fun. I'm definitely gonna go through and watch this many times. What I'm primarily interested in, honestly, is like this part of the story, right? Seeing Remielle's and Colonel Vike's relationship develop over time, and really sinking my teeth into like some of the backstory that they showed here, some of this stuff as well, right? So yeah, definitely gonna rewatch this a whole bunch. Okay, I'm hoping that we get some happiness here. Okay, not here. I'm hoping that we get some happiness with the EP, because that was rough. That was rough. All right. So, I'm always down for a tango, man. Give me a good tango. It's 4 minutes long. Give me a good tango. I'll just boost my mood up a bit. What's going on? Ochi Colette on YouTube. Are we an enchainer, maybe? We were just talking about that earlier. Potentially. That said, I don't think so. I think Faithin is something special beyond even an enchainer, possibly. Okay, let's make sure that our audio is good. I think we could go 30%. We could go a bit louder here just because this is a music video, right? Closed captions are on. Let's make sure that we're on 1080p. All right, we can use premium. Why not? So, Sage, also Arcade did this experiment and just decided to go AWOL. I really hope he's not fully blamed for this Vike situation. Who knows, man? I didn't even think about that. Maybe he went AWOL because of this whole Vike situation. Stone, more Yuri? Okay, I'm down. I'm down for more Yuri. Man. Yuri fans eating well today. God damn. Okay, so we're going to get Yuri just across all 3 trailers, are we? All right, it's actually by... Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. This is going to be with Faithin, isn't it? Okay, well, this is True to Tango, Remielle's EP/MV. Let's go ahead and hopefully get our mood boosted just a bit here. I'm always down for a good tango. So, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're like inside a cathedral. Ooh, story time. Oh, what a shot. Oh my goodness. Okay, now this trailer I could be down bad, right? I'm allowed that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get down with it, y'all. It's gonna be really hard for me to pay attention to the animation. I just wanna vibe. Oh my. This might be my favorite EP. I'm not gonna lie. This might be my favorite EP. This is gonna be on repeat all day today. I love this energy, man. Oh, what a shot. Get a room, you two, please, and invite me to watch. I'll watch. I don't need to be involved. Oh my god, the legs, of course. Oh, the legs, dude. Jesus Christ, the legs. It's all the legs, man. We can take a break from simping. We can take a break from Eldrada simping to simping for Remielle, right? I'm allowed that. Come on, Wise, make your move, man. Remielle wears the pants, absolutely. Now, do we get Belle? Do we get Belle now? Please tell me we get Belle now. Yeah, we get Belle now. Oh, we're going from black to white form now. I see. See, look, I'm down for either. Yin and yang, black and white. Perfect balance. Get a girl that can do both. Oh, okay. Bro, some of these camera shots are ridiculous. Also, the art style is very good. The camera knows where to focus. This is in contention for my favorite EP/NV. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me the saxophone. Oh, what a shot. That's a thumbnail of the YouTube video, I think. That's a wallpaper if I've ever seen one before. This character is gonna break records, isn't she? Can we get Self Yuri? Can we get Self Yuri, please? What's better than Remielle? True Remielles. Oh, she's playing chess with us. Oh, okay. Now that was just straight up thigh. That was just all thigh. Also, now Phaethon can dance? I don't believe it. Actually, I wanted to mention this. I've had a dream like this before. Yes, yeah. Oh, she didn't go all the way, but you know, if we could just go. There's a very clear body part that they want to focus Remielle with, and it's this. Hold on. Like, obviously, she's got nice everything. Let's be honest. She's got nice everything. But what they want to focus on, I want to go to a very specific shot with this character specifically. Hold on. Is it like here? You guys already know. No, this is like the self-cess portion. Yeah, not quite here. Hello? Here we go. This is what they want to focus on with this character right here. It's all this. It's the thighs. Wait, Ghoul, she's enchained. I don't give a fuck. I'll be an enchainer if Remielle's an enchainer. I'm plenty good, bro. Would you sacrifice your humanity for Remielle? Absolutely. Absolutely. Sage, OMG, Ghoul. 13 plus game, by the way, Stone. If this is 13 plus, man, I mean, let's just say 13 plus is when you start going through puberty. So they got a clear audience in mind. It's called self-cessed. Yeah, we went from Toxic Yuri with Remielle and Sunbringer / Eldrada to Doomed Yuri with Remielle and Colonel Like to now Self Yuri. So, you know what? Peak fiction, Hoyoverse, this is the highest you're ever going to go. You've reached your magnum opus. You're never going to get any better than this. Just shut down all of your games. And honestly, fair enough. So, fair enough. Burb, Yuri fans eating well today. So when did Bell and Wise learn to last? This is what I'm saying. Hold on. You're telling me Wise is fucking slow dancing, like tangoing with Remielle, and so is Bell. Like, look at this shit, bro. This guy is in full control of what he's doing. I refuse to believe it. Hold on. I refuse to believe these are the same people. This is a dream. Was it the EP? It was the EP, wasn't it? Like over here. No. Impossible. Impossible. These are not the same Phaethon that I know. You're... Bro. What am I looking at? This is not... This is not... This is not the same people. This is a different Wise from a different timeline. Different Belle from a different timeline. They're not the same Phaethon I know and love. So... Bro, we've been lied to during the SBLA trailer. We have been lied to, led astray, run amok, the whole thing. Where's Stephen A. Smith when you need him? Bella self Yuri, yeah. We got 3 forms of Yuri across 3 different trailers for Remielle. Bro, if Remielle's trailers are this good, imagine Eldrada. Bless me. I will be eating a feast. I will be eating everything when Eldrada comes out. Burb, it's all thighs. It is all thighs. Absolutely. If she's gonna chain me, I will be an enchainer. True. What if becoming an enchainer is just being in a relationship with Remielle because she just ties you down to the bed? What if that's what it means to be an enchainer? Ochelette, the roast Kaler for effect. Indeed. Now let me catch up with Twitch here really quick. Tsubaki, and she'll break wallets. Oh, she's gonna break many things. She broke my male biology, that's for damn sure. She just boob attacked Wise. Bro, Wise was violated in this trailer. And honestly, that was the way it was meant to be. I want Remielle to violate me. Sage, it's foreshadowing the PTSD ghoul. Hey man, let's just say I'd be down to try PTSD sex. I regretted it the moment I left my mouth. You guys could probably see me regretting it as I said it. Stone Goldie eating fucking good. Goldie's eating fucking... I expect to... I only have 2 messages at the moment from Goldie. Bro, I just said that live on the internet. Fuck me. Okay. Yeah, Goldie was probably foaming at the mouth. He was fucking down bad. No, don't clip it, please. No, don't expose me like this. Don't expose me like this. Say, this is why we need to play 3.1 for the Remielle dance training arc. True. Wise, this is Coach Remielle. Okay? We need to get you... Remielle saw the Starlight Billy trailer and she said, no, we can't have this. We need to learn. Tsubaki, whoever taught them how to dance must have been pissed when they were dancing. Indeed. What is this? Oh, bro. I like how there's a lot going on in this image, particularly. Like Wise is just like falling out. Everyone in my stream at the moment, except maybe a few of you. Our eyes are all right here. Our eyes are all in the same place. Has she always worn a headband and her white outfit? Oh, she has. It's just not. It's not as like apparent in this shot here. So, but like clearly, this is the Phaethon's dreams cause they can dance. Well, if Phaethon is dreaming about Remielle, can you really blame them? Can you blame them? Honestly, like I wouldn't blame them. But maybe Phaethon is already an enchainer when they did this dance because this is definitely not them. True. God damn it. If it was going to be anyone, it was going to be Stone. God damn it, Stone. Well, that's going to be on my Twitch channel for till the end of time. Someone's going to come to the Gulio channel and just be like, oh, this is like pretty cool stream. Like, let me give it a watch. They're going to watch my clip and it's going to be like, I'd be down to have PTSD sex and just immediately bursting out laughing. And they're gonna click off of they're gonna click off of the browser. They're gonna click off of the tab. Well, I mean, I barked for Eldrada on stream as well. So there's that one. But that one didn't get clipped, thankfully. Stone, why'd you say if anyone it'd be me? Because Stone, you're fast with it. Oh wait, Tsubaki did it as well. Okay, cool, fantastic, great. No, I've got 2 clips to expose me now. 2 clips to expose me. What is this, Sage? This is not the same Phaethon. This is not the same Phaethon. Like in this trailer, they're all elegant and mysterious and like aura farming. Like, look at Wise. Look at Belle. They're dressed to impress, man. And then you go to this trailer, and Belle is literally doing helicopter. Look at Belle in this. Look at Belle in T-minus 3, 2, 1. Look at her, bro. I made this joke when we watched the Billy Street trailer. I'm making it again. This is Belle. This is Belle. Look at her. And then you go over to this. This is not the same Phaethon. This is a dream. This is a dream. This is not the same Phaethon. Stop. Tell me I'm wrong, Stone. tell me I'm incorrect. There's a dream of some kind. They should be Phaethon Airlines true. True. Like, Belle has this whole section in this trailer where she's just like walking with Remielle. Look how elegant this is. Look how elegant they are. Just dressed in full white. Like, just like best friends forever. And then well, she doesn't exactly have the best dance moves here. This isn't exactly the most impressive, but Remielle does the same move. So, okay, maybe I can believe it. Maybe they are an enchainer at this point. Also, thanks. No. There's a specific shot that I want to go to. Yeah, come on, Remielle. Yeah, there we go. She is 80% thighs. And then the like 10% boobs and like 10% everything else. Hey, man, listen, bro. All I'm saying is that Belle is perpetually on the internet, as we know. So is Wise. So she probably knows what this is. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stop here for today. I think that was fantastic. I really enjoyed myself with that trailer. All of the trailers were great. Let's go over here. I do think if I had to pick a favorite, though, and this might be biased. I know you guys are going to just say bias. Look, I get it. All right? I'm a biased person. We all are. My favorite is the character demo. I do think the character demo hits just this unique blend of like mystery and tension and animation and music that's really hard to get. And then if I were to rank them, honestly, character demo is my favorite. Then the animated short was right after. And then the EP/Envy would technically be my least favorite, but that's crazy because that trailer is amazing as well. So, Sage, and it's funny the background says pendulum in that shot. Does it really? That's funny. It's definitely not Eldrada. Yeah, Sage, definitely not. No. Yes. Yes and no. The fact that Eldrada is in a trailer definitely helps, but I do think it's more so the emotions and the storytelling and the character demo that wins it over for me. So, Burr, Phaethon either has 0 or 100 aura. That is honestly accurate. Flamer, my guy. What's going on, Flamer? Once again, unfortunately, Flamer, you are coming here at the very end. I am so sorry. We are just finishing up, Flamer. You missed it. I'm sorry, man. This is like the second time this has happened in recent memory. I apologize, Flavor. 07 indeed. But the VOD's on YouTube if you want to watch it, and Twitch for 2 weeks at least. But yeah. If I had to rank them, character demo, animated short, and then the EP/Envy, but all three were fantastic. I think if the animated short had gotten like the same level of art animation, like art direction that Miyabi's character trailer got, I think maybe that would have been my favorite. Because I do think, as amazing as the animation is, I do think it's a bit more of a blander style of... You guys know what I mean? I'm not trying to talk shit. I do think the animated short's beautiful. in many ways. But when you compare it to like the Miyabi trailer, there's like a different arts direction with it, and I do think I prefer Miyabi's trailer. Like, let me just show you guys really quick. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Like Miyabi's trailer, I think is a bit more anime. Like it's got more of an anime style to it. Well, how was it, Flamer? It was amazing. It was wonderful. Like, I think this art style does super well for me, but there's a bit of like a filter placed over it that's like a bit. It's intentional. Let me make that very clear. Like, if they wanted to animate this the way this looks, they could have. This is intentional. I think this is an intentional decision to make the art direction like this. I personally just prefer like a more vivid, like colors popping more like this. Maybe if they had used this art style for the animated short, it would have been my favorite trailer above the character demo. But I think the character demo is my favorite. So, Sage, knowing that Storyteller is working with Remielle, are you more interested in her? Well, I was always interested in Storyteller because her name is Storyteller. Like the entire reason I started my channel is because I love storytelling. Storytelling is my primary passion in life. Outside, like it is the most important thing to me outside of my friends and family. So they could design Storyteller in any way and I would still summon for them because their name is Storyteller. But yes, now obviously I'm much more interested in Storyteller now than I was before, but I was always super interested. But yeah, Flamer, trailers are fantastic. Animated short was incredible. I mean, there's so many answers and questions that we got from the animated short. The animation was gorgeous. The music was beautiful. It was tragic. And the EP/MV, super fun. Very nice camera shots that we can stare at for a bit. So, bro, can't wait to play the next story after maintenance tomorrow. Same here, man. Same here. Well, first we got to summon because we have to use Remielle and Velina in the Rose Calipher story. Well, we already know they're capable of different art styles. Yes. Yeah. I just prefer the Miyabi animated short art style over the Remielle one. Sage, people are hoping to bring back Vike. How do you feel about her actually being dead? If they do bring back Vike, I don't think she should be playable. I think she should be like, oh, you're an enchanter that was revived and as an antagonist. So if they want to bring back Vike or make like a character equivalent playable, do Miyabi, a descendant of some kind or like an inheritor, you know, maybe a disciple, right? Just do what they did with Miyabi. Just have them be a new individual that is in the present time that is not specifically Belliora, right? That was her name, Belliora Vike. So, Flamer, by the way, the Fate event was actually pretty good this time. Yes, I did hear about that. Flamer, I am going to do the Fate event on my own, though, unfortunately. I know that might be a bit disappointing, but I feel like it's something I want to do on my own. So we can talk about it, you know, once I do it, I can bring it up. But I did hear it was much better. Flamer, I feel like Vike was being dead was expected. Yeah, I did think that Vike, well, for the longest time, I thought she was the leader of the Falconian mercenary troop. Now we obviously finally have hard confirmation that she was Colonel Vike. I think Colonel Vike being dead was more likely than not. At most, I want her to be a boss fight. Exactly. Like I don't want her to like come back revived. Everything's perfectly fine and dandy, and now she's playable. It would be cool. And I trust Hoyoverse's writing team, and they would make it work. But I would prefer for them to stick with the emotions that her death gave Remielle and, you know, the story. Yeah, Flamer, Miyabi's used to get power crept. I was talking about it earlier. So, Random on YouTube, what's going on, my guy? Also, Random, I am sorry coming in at the very end. We are about to end stream here in just a couple of minutes. So, Random, it's great to see you, my friend. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that Flamer and Random, I hope you guys had a great weekend. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Sage, to be honest, she could be. I wouldn't be surprised the creator got its grubby hands on her corpse. That would be tragic, and I would be down for it. I'd be down for it. Yeah, but just don't fucking Deus Ex Machina it. I think I think with something like this, I want them to leave the ramifications of her death felt throughout the entire story. So I feel like Sunbringer is going to, also really focus on Colonel Vike's death. So have a good night then, Random. You as well, my friend. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up for today. I'm going to get some dinner, relax for the rest of the afternoon. So as I said, tomorrow will be a pretty special stream. It's going to be our very first collab / dual stream. We're going to start on our own. So we're going to start stream by ourselves. It's just going to be me. We're going to yap for a bit. And then once we're ready to summon, we're going to join with Goldie. We're going to do Goldie summon. We're going to do Remielle summons with Goldie. He's going to summon first because he's going to be M6ing Remielle, whereas I will only be getting M0W1. So Goldie's going to go first, and then I will go second. It's probably going to be like an hour to an hour and a half stream. Then maybe we'll do, a little bit of, just gameplay or Shield defense. I think he is R5ing. I'll have to ask, though. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to be doing pools. We'll probably be going live around the same time the patch drops, so look forward to that. And then the day after tomorrow will be the main story quest. We're going to be, hopefully, barring any technical issues, doing it all in one go. So 3.1 will be on Wednesday. He's only getting W1. Thank you, Stone. So M6 W1 for Goldie, M0 W1 for me. So, but yeah, should be a good time. And then, like I said, the day after tomorrow will be the main story. So that is what the week is looking like for us ahead. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. Let me get everyone: Flamer, Sage, Stone, and Swev on Twitch. What's going on, Swev? And then on YouTube, Random, Burb, Haute Collect, Bella, and I believe we had someone come in at the beginning as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, it is an honor. It is a pleasure. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. And if not, I bless you luck with Remielle pools. So until then, guys, as always, take care of yourself. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you may be, however you may be listening. Until next time, peace, light.